When you walk in the door, you know, a complete stranger grabs your hand and they want to show you the picture. And they want to show you what they've been through. We were about to leave the first family, and as I was walking out and getting close to the car, this young girl comes running up and she taps me on the shoulder and she lifts up this x-ray. And it's the picture of someone's back, and there is a bullet about this big, really close to the spine. And she points to herself. And she's like, it's my back, me. And I was like, this is you? And she's like, yeah. I got to find out what happened. But she wanted to talk about it, and the family wanted to talk about it. So we followed them to their house and we started talking. When the army came across Elephant Pass, which is this very small strip of land, and they were able to secure the peninsula, the Jaffna Peninsula, in 1996. They were able to get in there and secure that area and basically take it away from the Tamil Tigers. When they did that, a lot of the families got worried about what that might mean for them, because the government looked at a lot of the Tamil population as suspicious. And there was an exodus of Tamil people. And many of them moved off into this area called the Vani, which is basically northern Sri Lanka, just not on the peninsula.
We moved along the coast to Kilinochchi by boat. These were all children, so it was difficult.
But then war showed up, and this family, they moved 22 times in the last few months of the war. 22 times.
Everywhere we went, there was war, so we had to move. Finally, we came to Mullavayakkal, and here were dealt the biggest blow.
Thousands upon thousands of Tamil families were squeezed into ever smaller territory, surrounded by fighting.
We've been living in bunkers. We only came out to cook and eat. One day when we had come out, we'd just gotten some rice, and while we were eating, a shell fell. When the shells started raining down, we didn't know what was happening.
The 12-year-old daughter suffered a massive head wound. The other children rushed to help her.
We had no warning. My father and mother picked up my younger sister and ran to the hospital. My elder sister, my younger sister and I were behind them when the shooting started. My elder sister was hit in the hand and me in my back.
And they're in this hospital and trying to get some sort of treatment. And the shells start falling on the hospital.
People were dying. People dropped whatever they were doing and ran out. We were on the outer edge of the attack, so we just grabbed our sister and ran out.
I was crying non-stop. We reached a home of someone we knew. My daughter asked for food. We gave her some food.
Her 12-year-old daughter died that afternoon. You think you're in a hospital, which during most wars is supposed to be safe, a safe zone, somewhere that is not attacked, somewhere that is an area of calm where people are getting healed, and then the opposite happens, and people are dying around you again.
We're furious with both sides. Both have been a problem to us. It's because of them that so many people had to die.
The Tamil Tigers tried to force anyone they could to fight. The members of the Tamil Tigers came to the home and basically said, we need a child, we need one of your family members to join us. This family certainly did not want their daughter to go, and they pleaded with them. The mother says she pleaded with them, and the daughter says she was threatened, and eventually she was taken. She was taken.
They didn't tell us anything. They just took hold of us and took us. They didn't ask us anything either. If we spoke about our families, our mothers or fathers, they would threaten to beat us.
The female tigers were a fighting force. They were fierce, they were trained. They weren't just a support group. They were fighters, just like the guys. And they were well known for suicide attacks, suicide bombings.
Those who tried to run away, they caught and cut their hair. Lots of girls had their hair cut.
A lot of the population has very long hair, like a long ponytail that goes down their back. And that's how they would identify you. If you tried to escape and they caught you, once they cut your hair, you were a risk. And so they keep extra watch on the girls with the shorter hair.
Running away was top of my mind, but at night there would be guards all around. They would lock us up inside. There were no mats or anything to sleep on. We would just lie on the floor and sleep. If they heard anyone planning or talking of running away, they would get beaten.
And one morning after 5 days, they were let out, and it's at dawn, so it's a bit dark. They were let out, and she was able to get away. She was able to escape. She found someone who helped her in a house not so far away, and then eventually made it back to her family.
After I came home, we were afraid they would come and take me away again, so we moved.
In order to cope, especially at a young age, I think when it's been such a normalcy to you to live through all this, it's almost a wall is built up, and it's the only way you can survive without completely losing it. And you can't afford to have a breakdown, to have a mental breakdown in this kind of a setting. Even for a 14-year-old, even for a 12-year-old, that's how it was. Mentally, they're in a state of ruin. Financially, they're in a state of ruin. And nobody quite knows what's going to happen next. So they're in limbo, and that is a horrible place to be after what these families have experienced.